All right. Get my ducks in a row here. Just waiting. So mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully that sounds good. How does that sound, people? So what's going on there? What's happening, everybody? Hit that like button as you come in and share the video. So I'll wait for a few more people to show up while I get my articles ready. Let's see here. There's the Polygon one. Let's see here. We'll go to the trending thing. So we'll go to push square. Let's see here. So alrighty. I am trying to find. I know what I'm looking for. Bear with me here. So hit that like button, people, as you come in. If you don't know, the Xbox Series X is trending. At least for me, it's trending. Let me try. Okay, let me try this. Okay. All right. Got it. All right. I got what I want up here. Okay. So what is going on, people? What is going on? Certainly hope everybody, and I mean everybody, is having a good Monday. This is my 4th day in a row off. This is the end of my mini vacation run. I've been off since Friday, had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today, Monday. And then I'm working, and I'm off Wednesday and Friday. So, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Let's see here. Yeah, good morning, yeah, wherever you may be. Shout out to everybody that's listening now. Shout out to everybody who will be listening later. I am using the good old-fashioned, the words of BitCloud, the good old-fashioned ghetto bootleg. I'm sorry, he calls it the bootleg hangouts. So shout out to everybody that's here and listening to my voice. Try to get back. I prefer look at the YouTube one. Give me just a second here to find that one. Here we go. Let me go to YouTube. Hit the wrong button there. There's that one. Let me go here. Let me go to that. Let me go to my channel. Let me go to that. All right. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. So what is going on? All righty. So it sounds good. What's up, everybody? What is happening? What is happening? Ice Queen, what's happening? Fret Boy, how are you doing? Quanvo, how are you doing? I hope I'm saying that right. So Rudy of Legends, how you doing, brother? How are you doing this morning? Certainly hope you're having a good morning wherever you are. So Ice Queen's got a code. So I just heard that the coronavirus is in Italy, 5 dead people and 200 sick. As you know, open borders in Europe. So open borders in Europe. So let me go ahead and crack the old Kentucky here. Hold on. There we go. So Not X initiative. Am I here to troll? No. No, it's right there in the thing. It says Xbox X specs confirmed. I can't troll what is up on the screen. So so yeah, I can't control what I'm going to put up on the screen. I'm just going to report on it. So so if you didn't know, at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 6 a.m. Pacific, Microsoft confirmed the specs, not a lot of the speeds, but the specs of Series X. And so there is no more speculation at this point. We can throw speculation. I mean, you can speculate about the bandwidth if you want to, because they haven't confirmed that. I don't know if they confirmed clock speed. So let me make that clear. I'm not for sure if they confirmed clock speeds. But in an article, let me get the article ready for you guys. Let me share my screen to go there. Let me make that big. Okay, so hopefully you all can see what I am about to read from, which is from xboxnews.com or news.xbox.com. And it's titled, What You Can Expect from Next Generation. Okay, all this is confirmed. Okay, it was confirmed at 6 a.m. this morning. It's been picked up by Polygon. It's been picked up by Push Square. And shout out to Foxy Games, like he says, either you're a circle or you're a push square. It's been picked up by PC Games. Everybody has picked this up. So this is confirmed. Okay. And I'm all about the confirmation. That's why this is the best damn Xbox podcast, because I will not speculate on certain things. I'm just going to wait for it to be confirmed. And I'm the first one to say this is confirmed. There is nothing left to speculate about. Now, this is what's been confirmed, is that the new Series X is able to stand up or be put on its side. Either way, it'll work. It is going to have variable rate shading, which is a technique that we'll get into at another podcast. It's going to have hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing. So again, that's we all knew that. Okay, that they had already confirmed this. It's got the smart delivery, which does sound pretty cool, and that's if developers take advantage of it, and we'll get into that. It's got a quick resume for multiple games. I'm still not sure what that means. I think that doesn't it do that already? I was talking to Slow Mo Backslap earlier on Twitter. Nothing about VSync or G-Sync. Now, Slow-Mo is right. The Xbox X has that feature, so more than likely that this will have it too. And obviously the big one is the confirmation of the 12 T-flops, and I believe they have confirmed the Navi architecture is Navi 2. Now, I'm trying to find that in this article, but it clearly says here, it says that we've been using Xbox Series X in our Eternal Take-Home program. Okay. Let's see here. And says, and are energized by the feedback we've been receiving. So long story short, here's what it has. It is, yes, Xbox Series X is our most powerful console ever, powered by our custom design processor, leveraging AMD's latest Zen 2 and RDNA 2 architecture. So that confirms it will have RDNA 2 on it. That's a confirmation. There is no more speculation at this point. We can speculate. We can speculate up till 9 o'clock this morning Eastern time. That's done. It's over. It has it. Says delivering 4 times the processing power of an Xbox One and enabling developers to leverage 12 T-flops of GPU or graphics processing unit performance, twice that of an Xbox One X, and more than 8 times of the original Xbox One. Xbox Series X delivers a true generational leap in processing and graphics power with cutting-edge techniques resulting in higher frame rates, which is something Phil Spencer has talked about. Excuse me. Larger, more sophisticated game worlds, which Phil Spencer and Mark Cerny have talked about, okay? And an immersive experience unlike anything seen in console gaming. Now, the only thing I'll say about this is that this is another thing that I've noticed the 2 times that Microsoft has talked about Series X, they won't come out and tell you it's the world's most powerful console. So, and at this point, if you're revealing specs, you know what your competition has. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind that Xbox and Microsoft knows what PlayStation has. So, and to me, and this is just my opinion, and shout out to King Thrash, I think this is where he was going this morning. You know, and this is just, now let me just give you my opinion. There's a reason why Xbox will not come out, Microsoft won't come out and say that they're more powerful. They will not come out and say, we have the world's most powerful console. Okay? There's a reason why. Now, and this is for, and now to me, 12 T-flops is already substantial. It is ungodly type of power. Okay? So they're fine. Well, let me make this clear. They will be fine. They will be able to deliver variable rate shading, which it says here empowers developers to more efficiently utilize the full power of this Xbox Series X rather than spending GPU cycles uniformly to every single pixel on the screen. They can prioritize individual effects on a specific game character or important environment or object. So this technique results in more stable frame rates and higher resolution. Now, the reason why they're able to do that is because if you're looking to the right side with a character, or if you toggle to the right side, what's on the right side will be the best looking that it can be because you're not looking to the left side. Now, if you come back to the left side, the graphics and everything on the right side will tone down because you don't need it. You're not looking there. If you're looking straight ahead, you should get a balance. That's what variable rate shading is. That's all it is. Okay. So we'll have to wait and see how it works, how the developers deploy it. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, several developers have come out over the last 72 hours saying that they're very impressed by what Sony and what Microsoft has put out. Okay, hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing. We've known this, again, we've known this for a while. So you can expect more dynamic and realistic environments powered by hardware accelerated ray tracing. A first for console gaming. This means true to life lighting, accurate reflections, realistic acoustics in real time. Because again, remember, ray tracing can also be sound. You got to remember that, guys. Now, again, we'll just have to wait and see how they do it. So, realistic acousticals in real time, you can explore in the world, perfectly fine. This is fine. I mean, this is stuff that we've known. So, immersion in an instant. We've heard about this from both consoles. SSD storage says more dynamic load in a flash and fast travel is just that fast. I mean, again, it is what it is. Quick resume. Which I think you can already, doesn't it already have this already? Yeah, I'm just asking. DLI was dynamic latency input, which that is something that will help you with your wireless controller. Okay, it's supposed to help you in theory. In theory, your TV and your controller, if you're hooked up to a TV, your TV should be able to mimic a monitor. A monitor. Okay? Let me take a swig. Hold on. Woo! Man. Something like that takes the wrinkles out of the old robe, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, HDMI 2, HDMI, high definition multimedia interfacing 2.1 innovation. Says we partner with the HDI forum and TV manufacturers to enable the best gaming experience through features such as auto low latency mode. I'll have to wait and see how that works. The variable rate, refresh rate, which I think that is FreeSync. I think. I mean, I have to look into it. Somebody can correct me on that one. So it will support up to 120 FPS. Xbox Series X allows developers to exceed standard 60 FPS in favor of heightened realism or fast-paced action. So again, Phil Spencer in January, I mean, months ago, many moons ago, said they were really going to go into the frames per second. So again, this is confirmed. Nobody can not confirm. Nobody can say that this is speculation anymore. They've got an RDNA 2 architecture with Zen 2, which the Zen stuff is like the 3600 AMD stuff. I don't know if you all understand that or not. But it's let's see, Mr. Orange, Microsoft did tell they will lead next gen in power. But they didn't. My whole thing on the power thing is that they didn't confirm, and this is the second time they've had a chance to come out and say Phil Spencer had no issue coming out in 2016 saying that you will be gaming on the world's most powerful console ever. Now they're not saying that, and this is the second time. And again, if you're releasing your specs at this point, they know what Sony has. There's not come on. You know what your competitor's doing. So so that's it. 8 PS5 will have ray tracing. Yeah, they're going to do the exact same things. I mean, the difference in the consoles coming up, the main difference is that PS5 will have VR and Xbox will not. Now, how do I know Xbox won't? Because Phil Spencer has said we ain't doing it. So that's Phil Spencer. You all have to take that up with him. So VRLs helps frame rate and can still have great graphics. Well, yeah, I mean that's good. That's a good thing because it allows you to concentrate on one part. But the variable rate basically will help. It will take down some of your graphics and some of your other pull, and it will give it to the FPS, which is fine. I mean, this is not that big a deal. So Melon Matt, shout out to Melon Matt, says all this power and no banging ass games. Devs hate to see it. Well, let's talk about the devs here because that is interesting in what Polygon. Let me bring up the Polygon article. Let me share my screen because this is interesting. Again, they confirmed this is all part of today. You all can see February 24th, 9:36 a.m. Again, this just broke around 9 o'clock Eastern time, 6 a.m. Pacific time. So, but clearly this article is interesting through Polygon because as you come down here, Microsoft has confirmed that the way this is going to work, the smart delivery literally says that if you download if you download Forza Horizon 4 on Xbox X, the hardware will recognize you're downloading it to Xbox X, okay, or Scorpio, and it will give you the absolute best version of that. So, but if your neighbor has a Series X, and they download the exact same Forza game, if Microsoft has gone back in and who makes it? Is it Turn 10 or Playground? If Playground goes back in and says, not only will you have a 1080p, say their 1080p 60 mode now goes to 1440p 120. I mean, I'm just putting that number out there. Which the Series X does support 1440p. So that's there too. I mean that was there, but we've known that for a while. But anyway, the Series X the person with the Series X will get a version that the person on Xbox X does not have. Now again, they're paying for the same game, but Series X may have a different version. It may have it's up to the developers, and it says this in this article. So it says smart delivery will apply for all first-party games. So that's first party. And third party developers and publishers can choose to use it. Now, let me make this clear. This means the third-party developers may say, we ain't going to take advantage of this. So let me make that clear for everybody that's getting the Series X. Do not anticipate all third-party developers using it. Just don't do it. All right, that is unfair to you guys. Ubisoft may say, here's Assassin's Creed. It's going to be the same on Series X as it is on Xbox X. There's a chance that that can happen because, again, it's up to the publishers and developers. Okay, that's why the first-party games are extremely important for them to for Microsoft to get these first-party games out. Okay, this is why it's important to get the first. I'm gonna say that again. Now, this means that if you have Forza 4, if you have Forza 7, if you got Sea of Thieves, if you got Honey, I Shrunk the Fuck Nigga, okay, if you got those games and they're running at 4K 60, because those are first-party games, Microsoft does plan on having more things available for those games because those are first-party games. We cannot deny that. It says it right here. But do not put third-party developers in the same boat. You guys just did this with Xbox Series X, and Ace Combat 7 looks and runs better on the PlayStation. Resident Evil 2 Remake looks better on the PlayStation. Modern Warfare 2, or Modern Warfare, the one that just came out, looks and runs better on the PlayStation. That's just a fact. I'm not console warring. You can look that up yourself. That's not according to Craig the Tech Guy. That's according to White Zaddy. And because you all have put so much emphasis on White Zaddy, that came back to bite a lot of people in the ass. Now, that's why I highlighted choose to use. Okay, and it says that and again, so you all may need to start looking for this when you buy your games, whether you get them on Game Pass, whether you get the physical model. You may start looking for this. They need to delineate. Talking about third party, they will have to delineate whether you are going to have first party, third party support, meaning that third party support, like it's like this on Series X. And it's like this on the Xbox. There's so many X's, Jesus. It's like this on Xbox X. Okay. All right, let's look at Assassin's Creed Origins. Xbox X is dynamic 4K. That's the way it is on Xbox X. But if the third-party developer says we're going to also put this on Series X, and it's going to have, instead of you having dynamic 4K, it will be 4K native and 60 frames a second. Okay. If that's what you're expecting, you better wait for them to say that. Do not anticipate. Do not go into the next generation. Say, oh, no, they're definitely going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. No, they may not do it, and you need to understand that. So, and that's for those people. So, No, Andre, I'm not downplaying the specs. So, oh man. What's the difference in first party and third party? First party are games that are done by Microsoft Studios. So Sea of Thieves is first party. Grounded, or AKA Honey, I Shrunk the Fuck Nigga. That's first party. Microsoft owns those games. Bleeding Edge, first party. Microsoft owns Ninja Theory. Third party, Madden, FIFA, any Mass Effect Andromeda, anything that does not come out of a Microsoft studio. Okay, that's a good question. So, you love play online Series X. Best can play multiple games. Well, yeah, they're definitely supporting that. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 is made by Rockstar. Rockstar is a separate company. Control was made by Remedy. Those are third-party games. So, yeah, you got it there, Mr. Lewis. So, exclusive. This is a game can play multiple consoles, game PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Well, no, I mean it's no. If it's not exclusive, if it's played anywhere else. So, Star Citizen on PC. Oh, Pablo, did you get your CPU working? Did you get your CPU working? So what's up, Josh? If you got your CPU working, yeah, give me a thumbs up. So Red Dead Redemption 2 on Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro is a massive difference. Okay, yeah, I guess it is. You do know, again, see, that's a bad, guys, that's a bad example because Red Dead Redemption 2 on Xbox X is running lower than low graphics. Like it's lower than low graphics. So that's not a good example. So anyone seen the PS5? No. So you got it working? Alrighty. So you all right, brother? That's good. How so? How so is what? You crazy to think there isn't much of a difference. Yeah, I mean, Xbox X's version of Red Dead Redemption 2 is running lower than low graphically. It's a bad example of a versus game. And the last time I looked, again, it's a bad example because didn't Red Dead Redemption 2 lose Game of the Year to, didn't your White Zaddy give Game of the Year to God of War? I mean, that's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, it's not that Red Dead's a bad game. But stop comparing it. It's not fair. It's not even a first party game. So native 4K versus 1440p. Again, shout out to you, 1X Chipmunk. If you're new, you can ask anybody in the chat that's been here a while. I prefer 1440p to 4K. And that I've been saying that for 36 months. Remember 900p versus 1080p. Look, man, if you're still on that bullshit, man, nobody's gonna be able to help you, man. So 900p is roughly 30% less clarity than 1080p. That's a fact. That's just a fact in resolutions. So I don't know what else to say. How are they going to make a game from the ground up on 12 T-flops RDNA console, but still have it run on Xbox One? Well, good question, Fret Boy. Again, go back to the Polygon article that I sourced right here for you guys. I left a link in the description. The software has the ability to discern whether it has a Series X, an Xbox S, or an Xbox S. And it will give you the best version of that game. Now, that's going to be for all first-party software. I mean, to make that clear, for all first-party software. Third-party developers have got to make their mind up on how it's going to do it or not. That's what the article says. So that's impressive. Yeah, it's called smart delivery. So again, it's just that's how it's going to discern it. They have found a way. They have found a workaround, is what it's called. So yeah. So we have to look at it. You don't understand this power focus when PlayStation games look superiorly graphic. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's to me. That's my point. Is that again, if you want the best version of the game, you game it on PC. But if White Zaddy Digital Foundry has said that the best HDR looking game this generation is Horizon Zero Dawn. It said that the best looking game graphically, now this generation is not over yet, but the best looking game so far graphically is Death Stranding. Now, the last time I looked, both those games are on PlayStation. They're not on Xbox. But again, this is why all this information is available to the people in the Xbox community as well. It's either they don't read it or they don't care about it. So that's why I'm just like, dude, here it is. What's up, King Thrash? So what about that Xbox One? Oh man, they dropped the bomb today, didn't they? GTA 6 is only on Xbox Series X and PS5. Rockstar don't want to be held back. Again, BB, can you send me an article on that? I've not seen Rockstar Games put out a statement about that. So White Zaddy is incredible. You mean credible now? No, King Thrash has totally destroyed Zaddy. But again, I don't use them as a source. So I just don't. So I just don't. I mean, I use the developers. I mean, remember, I had that moist fruit booty trying to tell me, well, that Zaddy says this about Spider-Man, but then the developer said another thing about it. Dude, I'm going with the developers 100 out of 100 times. So Sony will make you buy The Last of Us 2 twice. Again, I don't know how that's possible. We need to wait to see what Sony's going to do. So Rockstar said months ago. Is that said a mouse ago? Said months ago. Okay, well, again, that's fine. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Let's see. They have not even confirmed there's going to be a GTA 6, have they? GTA 6 PS5. I'm just going to type that in. Yeah, there's nothing here from Rockstar Games. It does say now there's something from BGR that says GTA 6 will not be ready in time for PS5 and Xbox launch. So I'm just, I mean, again, it's, I'm just telling you what it says here. There's nothing here about where it's going to be at. Nothing, I mean, nothing from Rockstar Games says it's going to only be available on that. So. Well, I mean, again, everything here's the thing. Everything I just said was right up on the screen, and somehow remember I said the way they're getting their information is just, it blows me away. It's right there in front of you. What's up, LeBron? When will Microsoft announce the Xbox Series S? Again, nothing. Pablo, I left it in the, I think it's in the PPP. And I left it in the roundtable one, so yeah. So go ahead, brother. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know, Levon. The next big update about the Series X is about the sound. I think that's in April. That they have something planned with. There's like a big sound conference, like a big movie sound conference that Microsoft will be at. Ankano, the specs are confirmed. Yes, the specs are confirmed. So again, that's why I said there is no reason to speculate at this point. They had an article come out at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So leak there is nobody leaked them. Microsoft confirmed it. Dude, I just read. That's the thing, BB, is I just read from the let's see here. Yeah, Xbox News, Xbox.com. That's not a leak. Okay, it's called What You Can Expect from the Next Generation of Gaming. It was by Phil Spencer. So there's no leak. Okay, this is what he confirmed this morning. Okay. So there's nothing to leak at this point. So there is no leak. They confirmed it. So should I wait to build your custom PC with a 2080 with a 2080 graphics card? No. If that's what you want to build, grown man, go ahead and do it. So. But Pablo, I left the link in there. So yeah, I left the link in there. The Series X, I don't know. Again, it's not a leak, okay? It's not a link. I don't do leaks, okay? I don't do leaks. I mean, look, I think the people in the Xbox community deserve confirmation on things, not to sit down and have speculation. That is not what you guys are online for. You want the best and most accurate information, and the best thing to do is just to wait for it to come out. And that's exactly what we have done here on my podcast. Phil Spencer penned an article, and so there's nothing to leak. Okay, so we can quote directly from Phil Spencer, so it's done. So E1 Matador is good with the PS5. Yeah, I mean, look, the PS5 will be just as powerful, will do the same things, and have VR. So, was this a shot at Sony for being so silent? Guys, again, understand that Sony has games like MLB The Show coming out. They've got Neo coming out. They've got The Last of Us Part 2 coming out. They've got Ghost of Tsushima coming out. They're more concerned with that. Okay? That is extremely, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is coming out. All that is, Grand Blue Fantasy is coming out. So they have major, the Iron Man VR, they've got major intellectual property coming out. They have to market that. Resident Evil 3, they've got the marketing deal. The Avengers video game, they've got the marketing deal. Okay, so that's reality, guys. So, but the fact that Microsoft has revealed the specs, if you're going to be a big power junkie, ask yourself why Xbox didn't come out in their article and say, we once again will deliver you the world's most powerful console. So it's just, I mean, that's the truth. Okay, they will not come out and say their console is more powerful. So Final Fantasy Remake coming to Xbox. Yes, next year. Next year. And the marketing for it is starting. Like the marketing is ramping up. That game comes out in what, 6 weeks? It comes out what, in 6 or 7 weeks, guys, remember? So, or maybe it's 8, So, but yeah, and it's coming to PC as well. So, all the games I mentioned are probably going to be on the PS5. Well, I mean, again, probably, but we'll have to wait and see. Probably. I mean, again, Neil Druckmann, the producer and director of The Last of Us Part 2, said, quote, The Last of Us Part 2 is going to redefine what AAA is. That's it. That's a direct quote from him. So, yeah, everybody's waiting to see what that's going to be. And I don't know if you've seen that theme that they got on the PlayStation. That theme, if it's in the daytime, it changes. So, just it is what it is. So they're scared to show off the specs of the PS5. Javier, they gave out specs first on the CPU and the SSD. So come on, this they were the first ones to put any specs out about anything. So yeah, what am I lying about now, Top Dog? Oh, is that your car? See, Top Dog, you the type of man that needs to go ahead and donate to the cause. I can see that right now. So, where the PS5 flops then? Flops as far as teraflops? They haven't released anything on their GPU. They've talked about their CPU and SSD. So, but I wouldn't, again, Javier, that Sony has major, did you not hear what I just said? The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII, all that's coming out here in a few more months. So why would they talk about the PS5 when they got major intellectual property coming out this year? Ghost of Tsushima is still coming out. The Avengers is coming out. There's a whole lot coming out. So it's just this MLB The Show will be out in like 2 more weeks. So, you're not J-Dub. Well, that's too bad. J-Dub always gives to the cause. Oh, no, insider saying PS5 is going to be 9 to 10 T-flops. Again, guys, we don't. Javier, just FYI, if you're new, shout out to you for coming by. But big shout out to Javier. Guys, we don't do leaks here. We just wait for confirmation. If I'm in the PlayStation camp, I'm more excited about MLB The Show and Final Fantasy coming out, okay, than I am about PS5. PS5, if they announced it today, I can't go buy it. You see what I'm saying? So, again, Sony has games coming out. Microsoft doesn't have major games coming. So, it is what it is. So, we all know Sony can do more with less. Yeah, and that's so far, that has bared out to be true. I agree. Yeah. Isn't PS5 being released this year? That's the plan. But again, Andre, why it's not being released till the end of the year? And I would ask you, why would they push something that's coming out in friggin' November, December, allegedly, when they got stuff coming out in 6 weeks, 3 weeks? This literally, I mean, I get it. This is why I've said to people, the Xbox community wants this generation to be over. They just want it over. The Sony people, the Nintendo people, they still got games coming out this year. So why would they be concerned about it? Again, it's beyond me. It's like talking about a bowl game for a football team and you haven't played yet. Like you haven't played any games. So still think Sony will wait till spring. Yeah, look, I've been told that don't expect any major anything from Sony until after The Last of Us Part 2 drops and it comes out and there's this big celebration because this is the crowning achievement of gaming they're talking about. So we have to wait and see if it comes up to be that. So no, they don't. No, they don't. And I can tell you something that proves me right is the Avengers Endgame. The Avengers Endgame only had about 4 weeks of marketing, and it's the biggest grossing movie of all time. So you do not, as long as you got a good brand, you just get it out there and it'll drop. So you did. What's understood don't need to be explained. No, Josh, they don't understand that. Like the Xbox community thinks that Sony should push PS5 right now. Like they got to do it now, got to do it now, got to do it now. It's like, what about the games they have coming out? They're not going to do both. It's like, no, we got. That's why when Jim Ryan just announced PS5 at CES, he said we also have games like Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us Part 2. He mentioned the games, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy VII. That's the truth. That so it's just I don't get it though. Persona 5 Royal is coming out only on PS4 March 31st. Okay. Yeah. I've said before that they can't say that the game. I see things on Twitter, people saying the games are the most important thing. Okay, fair enough. If games are the most important thing, shouldn't that be pushed above everything else? Yes. But then you guys are here saying that that Sony needs to show the PS5. Well, you're just contradicting yourselves. So I don't think they're worried, Destiny. I've said before, they want this generation to be over. And if they don't get what they want, they want it to be over. Sony and Nintendo are still killing it. So Sony and Nintendo are just kind of like, yeah, we're fine. It is Xbox. They are running out of this generation. So, yeah, Josh, and where everybody's waiting to see what they're going to be. So, Xbox would be smart if they launched Xbox SX early before the PS5 comes out. That's what an Xbox executive. I can see his face. I can't think of his name though. Golly, I think he works for EA now. But anyway, that's what he said. You don't want to go toe to toe with Sony. So they want it to be over and brag about T-flops. Yeah. They don't know what a T-flop is, I guess. But again, it's silly I always say it's silly to go back and forth with them. So, this is the same Microsoft, and Phil Spencer just said that their main competition is Amazon and Apple or whatever he just said. So I don't get it anymore. I mean, Microsoft is telling us all what they're doing, and everybody's like, oh, I mean, it's silly. So, but Andre Clay thinks they need 6 months of good marketing. It's like, nope. They put that thing out. If they said in October or if they say in September that the PS5 will be available December 18th or whatever, let's say they say that thing is going to just fly off the shelf. So, I mean, and everybody knows that. So, Yeah, The Last of Us Part 2. First, I mean, remember D-Batch, the Canadian con man, he was so impressed by The Last of Us Part 2, he said it's on PS5 hardware. Those are his words. And that's you guys' dude. I mean, and it turned out he was wrong about that. So wasn't Sony pushing PS4 when The Last of Us came out? No, they weren't. I think the original Last of Us came out. Let's see here. Let's Google it. Because I had an Xbox 360, so I remember this. See, the Last of Us came out. It came out June 14th, 2013. So PS4 reveal date. Let's see here. PS4 had a reveal. PS4's reveal. Good grief, I can't find that anymore. I want to say it was like in the fall, because Xbox had a reveal date and then so did Sony. But I didn't pay attention to Sony's, and I'm like, I wasn't going to buy a PlayStation. So no, they do not need that. But yeah. Pablo, are you coming on, or were you able to get on, or were you able to find the link? So PS5 don't exist. Okay. So now, Pablo, does that 2700X that you have, does it glow? Does it the cooler glow? So, I'm just asking. Yeah, GT6 was the same year also. Gran Turismo 6. Yeah, I mean, again, they'll get to there. That link just goes to the channel. Oh no, okay, my bad. Here we go. You're right. My bad. Let's see here. All right, I'll send it right now. All right, I just sent it. You kept your old cooler on it because you don't have the brackets that came with the motherboard. Oh, okay. So, all right. Well, okay, Josh, take it easy. Yeah, I don't know how we're damage controlling when we literally I put up on the screen what it was going to be doing. So, oh man. E1 Matador. Yeah, we're talking about the Xbox specs though. But yeah, you can come on. So, Ricardo, how are you doing, sir? So I sent it, Pablo. So we see what these guys think is damage control, even though everything has been. See, think about it. They want Sony to push the PS5 because Sony wants Sony's damage controlling. They say these are the same guys on Twitter that say the games are the most important thing. Okay, so Sony pushes games, and they say, well, that's not enough. I'm saying it's bullshit coming out of their mouths. It's complete bullshit. So I'm glad they're here because now you all can see it. It's just bullshit coming out of their mouths. I don't want them to unsub, but the fact is that they're on Twitter saying the games are the most important thing. And then it's like, well, they need to push the PS5, but yet it's like, well, they still have games coming out. So why would they push the PS5? They're not going to push it over their biggest games coming out. They're not. I mean, that's stupid. Okay. So, I mean, it is what it is. Don, I do hope you feel better. Pablo, we're still waiting on you, brother. I'm here at the main screen. I don't see you. So, yeah, Ricardo, yeah, I'm laughing because it's like they're over here exposing themselves. I mean, it's great. What's up, Rain, for 4G? I'm glad that they're here so they can hear the truth and hit that like, man, hit the like button, people. Damn. Hit the like button and share. You need the link. Okay, hold on. Let me get there we go.
I'm gonna need you to stop that Xbox slander. I'm gonna need you to stop that, my guy. Nah,
Yeah, what's slander? I put the whole thing up there, and they're still over here wetting the damn pants. I don't get it anymore. So here we have confirmed specs from Phil Spencer, and they're still saying this damage control. How can you damage control what Microsoft is doing?
Hey, oh man. Hey, people get mad at anything, Craig. Like that's just how it is with these Xbox guys. They get mad about anything.
I don't get it. I mean, the link is in the description of everything that's here, and they're still acting stupid. It's just like, damn, you all can't even. It's like, well, how come PlayStation won't release their specs? Because they have games coming out, not this piddly games. They got like major IP coming. So you're going to do what? Push the new hardware instead of the software that's coming? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So you hit the like button, people, or hit the dislike button.
So yeah, I was looking at the article. It's very impressive stuff for sure. Like the like this guy said, Rain G4, like these consoles are gonna be fucking like insane. Like what we experience on these consoles is gonna be like unlike anything we've ever experienced. PS5, I'm not worried about it. They're gonna do great. They're gonna do their thing. It's just Xbox. They really gotta step it up, man. They gotta like put an emphasis on the games. Like like I don't want this to be like an Xbox One X situation where it's like uncompromised, all this, but you compromise the games, my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta have the games. So
are you gonna get one even though you've upgraded your PC?
Probably not at launch. Like I'd say probably like after like I doubt the price will drop after the first year, but maybe like the second year it's out. Just to have it and stuff. PS5 I'm definitely getting day one because they got exclusives. I don't want to miss out on that. But the Series X, I'll probably get it after 2 years after launch when it dropped to like 400, 300, something like that.
Oh, well, I don't blame you.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like with them, it's like they created this ecosystem to where like I don't really need the console itself, but I would like to have it just for like just for like history purposes. Like like when you bought like the N64, but you still kept it throughout the years and shit, just to have it there. Like I feel like I'd probably do the same thing with the Xbox, and maybe just to see what the games run like on the console and stuff.
Yeah. Well, again, I just I mean, at this point right now, if they're going to have games doing 120 frames per second, they are in essence and they're going to have ray tracing. Now, I don't know if it'll be like that. Now, my understanding is that their ray tracing.
Wait, did it say up to 120 or did it say 120 support?
I believe it's up to 120.
Oh, up to 120. Okay, that's interesting.
Now, that can change, but that's as far as the article today.
What? Let me get your thoughts on this real quick. What do you think about? Because like the verbiage is a little weird to me, like considering what they've been saying about being able to use your current Xbox One games. They're talking about using this smart delivery technology. Like what's the point of them using that verbiage when they said that all existing games would work regardless, so you don't have to buy like a HD version of it or whatever, or upgrade it.
That is the same thing a PC does. So like my graphics card is different than your graphics card. So it's going to get the game, and it's going to. What I like this. If you have a Xbox One S or the Xbox All Digital Edition, and you download let's just say you put that in your living room, okay, and then you put your Series X wherever in your man cave. And you run out and you buy Forza 8. Forza 8 comes out. You buy it, it's going to work differently on each console. So the Series X will get the version it's going to get, and it will apply it, and the all digital version will get a different version. It'll still work; it's still the same game, but it's just going to apply it differently. What's sad is that they cannot, and that's why I'm glad I put up that Polygon article. They can't make third-party developers do that. You see what I'm saying? Versus your PC, you're going to be able to optimize it no matter what. But the third party, like I said, if Ubisoft says, well, here's Assassin's Creed Ragnarok, and we're only going to have it's going to be 4K, but it's going to be 30 frames per second. So that's it. There is no, that's why I was saying they're going to have to delineate either on the box, or if you buy the game digitally, then it's going to have the smart tech on it. Yeah. So again, a Polygon clearly says that Xbox, if Phil Spencer said they cannot make third-party developers use it. I mean, he has said it. So, and again, Andre, you need to come on to the podcast, because you keep saying people are damage controlling, and we're like, what's the damage control here?
Talk your shit, Andre. You're gonna have to step up to the plate, bro.
Yeah.
If you're making all those accusations, man. But one thing I did like about the line that said up to 120 support, it seems like the baseline is gonna have to be 60, which is good. Like, everything should be 60. Like, that should be the baseline for every single game that comes out next gen. Like, I'm a bit worried because they do have 8K, I think, support for these consoles. I'm worried they're gonna want to push pixels and just make their shit 30 FPS. But if they do that, at least have it to where each game launches with an option to tailor how you want your game to perform or look like, at least, kind of like PC basically.
Hold on.
So that's my wish.
Trash and E1 Matador, the link is right there. And Andre Clay, you need to come on here and explain how.
Oh, Thrash? Yeah. Oh, Thrash, get in here. Let's talk that shit.
Yeah.
What's up?
Again, I don't know how the article is right there, plain as day. Like Poncho just said, he read it. How is there damage control? I mean, where is the damage control at? They have confirmed this. RDNA 2.
So they're saying you're damage controlling it because
I don't know how
you say it's confirmed?
It's confirmed. There's nothing to damage control. Okay.
Yeah, y'all be getting upset over like the weirdest shit.
Yeah, Rain 4G. Again, Polygon. That's why I read the Polygon article. Yes, Phil Spencer has come out and said multiple times, we can't make third-party developers use this. So how is there damage control when Phil Spencer has said it, and now Polygon has confirmed it? That's what I'm saying. Do you see how they get the information and they twist it? I don't know how you twist it. If it's raining outside, it's raining outside. What's up, CRU? Said he's getting his motherboard and CPU coming today. What CPU? Did you end up going with the 39? Were you going to get the 3800 or 39?
Damn, he got the 3900X?
He was talking about it. I tried to talk him out of it. Damn. All right, King Thrash and E1 Matador, what's up? What's up?
What up, bro?
What's good, bro?
What it do?
What's happening, King Thrash? What buzzwords did you were you talking about earlier in your chat? Is he still there? Oh, CRU's getting the 3700X. Okay. Damn.
3700. Yeah, that's a
correct.
Good one.
Yeah, correct. But like, I don't know what's going on. Look,
give me a few seconds. I'll be there.
You good, brother? You good?
No problem.
Go ahead,
No, correct. No, like, I understand some of these Xbox guys, they need a W desperately. I understand that Microsoft have keep you very dry. And that's good. Look, I understand the information that they dropped today. Good move. Kudos to them, right? Just kind of hyping up your fan base.
Yeah.
Good. But in my opinion, for me, that is nothing. For me. Because I need to see bangers before I even get some type of excitement.
Well, because that's what Pablo's saying. Is he's gonna wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Xbox One X. Like, Oh, they dropped it and everything, and you didn't see that huge Gears 5, and Forza Horizon. I think those are the only two games that utilize the Xbox One X power from those two games. That's it. That's it.
Well, I still have a game that has used the Xbox X power. I mean, to me, that would be Assassin's Creed Origins because they got that to run at a dynamic. I mean, I guess Gears 5 uses it too, but as far as third party, it's Assassin's Creed Origins because that's a 4K dynamic resolution with 30 FPS. So that's like okay, that's about as good as you're going to get.
Yeah, and we have seen what Sony can do with less power. Like you said yourself, Elbach was going nuts with The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, saying they was running on PS5. This time running on the PS4 Pro. That's just to show you that. So look what Sony can do with less, and Microsoft can have all this power, but they cannot put the same level. So I'm not worried about the PS5. I know Sony will have the power. They will have pretty much almost the same specs as the Series X. I'm not worried about that. All I'm worried about is about what content Sony's going to bring after the launch, the PS5 and more. You know, like you said, Sony is quiet. They got games that they need to promote. The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, especially Neo. They have content still coming for this PS4 box. That I understand Sony might be quiet because they don't want to show PS5 footage, and then people going like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to buy The Last of Us right now. I'm going to wait for the PS5. You know what I mean? Sony wants you to buy that Last of Us now, like when he drops it.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's what they want.
Hold on, Andre says we're in denial. You, sir, need to understand. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. What is to deny about what's been confirmed? So you need to explain what we're denying. You keep answering questions with questions.
Yeah, what are we in denial about? Look, I'm being realistic about how I feel about this console. Like the specs are great. Like everything's good. Like the shit sounds like it's gonna be a beast or whatever. It's the games. Like why can we not question their ability to create like really good games? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like we saying like we want them to go under or nothing like that. Like we want them to get better. It's just like
I want them to go under.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. Yeah. That's all it is, nigga. You said you want them to go under.
I mean, Pablo, if they're not going to compete, if they already said they're not going to compete,
but Pablo,
you know what I'm saying? So if you're not going to compete, then what are you doing here?
Yeah, no. I see what you're saying.
Pablo, like, look, people, right? I saw some Xbox. I'm not going to say no names. Hyping up the lineup they have this year, this year, right?
Oh man,
Ori 2, great game. Ori 2,
talking about that Shrunk the Kids game. I hope that.
Yeah, I mean, Wasteland Remastered, Wasteland 2. I'm like, dude, like, listen, I understand that you are Xbox guys, that you'll need to hype that. I understand. Like, Ori 2 looks beautiful. That game's going to do well. But the rest of that lineup, Bleeding Edge, I'm sorry, you cannot compare it to what Sony's bringing this year. Like, don't do that to yourself. Please don't. Yeah. Don't. Yeah, like you'll be looking like a straight dumbass.
Like they got Ori and Halo, but that definitely doesn't compete with Tsushima and Last of Us. Like not even like close, like at all.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that's not what they want to do neither though. They want to become the next Nintendo to where they don't got.
That's a bad thing though. Like even if you're trying to go like Nintendo, they prove time and time again like they can create like unique experiences just like how Sony can. Like Xbox, they haven't even like they in an identity crisis right now. They don't know what type of games they want to make. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like PBS type games, you know what I'm saying, or AAA Halo games, or like they don't know what they want to do. Like they want to be in the middle ground, and that's
because the majority of people who buy their games are the ones who are just in their teens. You know what I'm saying? Like barely hopping on in their teens. Those are the ones. I got nephews and shit that. They know Xbox more than PlayStation because that's the generation they were born in. You know what I mean? In America, especially. But I mean, and I don't know who's saying that somebody's bad mouthing Microsoft. This is normal news. I don't even understand like how is damage control? Because I see dude talking about damage control when this is just normal news.
Yeah.
Every console generation has been double the thing. When base Nintendo came out, it was 8-bit. Super Nintendo 16-bit. Then PlayStation after that was 32-bit. Then Nintendo 64 the same time, but they were 64-bit instead of 32. They were 128-bit. It was always doubling its output on what was allowed on the console. So this is just the same thing. This is Xbox from Xbox Series X to and Xbox One X is just double. You know what I'm saying? So it's normal and it's good and it's great and it's powerful. But the lesson that should have been learned with the Xbox One X is power don't mean a damn thing. If you're not putting your games behind it.
Yo, I gotta stress this too, man. Like, like I know the Xbox fans, like they looking at that 120 like refresh rate and shit and thinking like, yo, every game is gonna perform like that. No, like y'all get hyped off of the most buzzword shit. Like it says up to 120 FPS, so it's gonna be select games that might fully utilize that, like probably like a Call of Duty or something or a Titanfall. Like most of the games are probably gonna be 60 at best. Like so, like don't. Get hyped off of that.
I wouldn't even worry about that. I don't even think 60 at best. I wouldn't even say that.
You don't think so?
I mean, hell no. I mean, I believe everything is up to the developer.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no ifs, ands, and maybes about it. If a developer chooses to have a game full 4K, nonstop, smooth frame rates, 100%, and they got an open world game, and it's like taxing for some reason, or they're just not a good enough developer to make their games as smooth as possible, then they'll go for 30. They're going to go with whatever is best for their system. Now, I believe, like what you said, that all of them would be 60, but I would never put my money on it. I couldn't put my money on 4K for the Xbox One X. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, once they say up to 120 frames, it's up to 120 frames. It says up to 8K or 8K. What was that buzzword they use? It's 8K compatible or some shit like that. 8K ready or whatever.
Yeah,
you're never gonna see a game in 8K. I mean, there's no reason to see a game in 8K.
Well, no, I think we
win. Yeah, that's just overkill at that point.
I think it'd be one of those kiddie games. What's up, OBJ to Don? Now somebody said that we need to have.
It don't make sense though, Craig.
Yeah, like Ori.
It don't make sense. It don't make sense because who got an 8K TV?
Well,
you can make a game 8K, but
it's only like five niggas that got 8K TV.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, that doesn't mean they will have to do something in 8K because they're supporting it. That doesn't mean that I agree. I don't think they'll stress it though. But I'm gonna give a big shout out to OBJ to Don. And somebody said that there should be Xbox guys on here. Look, I put the link in the description, and you all won't come on.
So, facts.
Come on, bring the Xbox guys. I want to hear it.
Yo, y'all gotta come in, bro. Y'all gotta come in.
Yeah, and Pablo, he got what? You've had an Xbox One.
Look, I'm Xbox positive. Like I want them to do better and shit. So I'm on your side somewhat, but at the same time, I'm not a fucking idiot. You know, I know what the fuckery they doing in front of us right now. So like, y'all the ones in denial. What the fuck you talking about?
Denial? Look. I mean, we put on the screen what they said in a press release, and you all are still bitching. You're just bitching. I mean, Sony's not going to show anything because they got a game coming out where two girls are kissing each other and then she's stabbing people in the neck. So why talk about they got MLB The Show coming? They've got that Neo 2 game coming. They got
Persona.
Yeah, they've got all this stuff coming. Microsoft is the group that needs information because they're going to be playing Honey, I Shrunk the Fuck Nigga. Okay, so that's just it is what it is. They're going to be playing Bleeding Gums or Bleeding Edge. I heard somebody on Brap say that's 2 hours of his life he can't get back now. So, I mean, it's just, I get it. Ori 2 should be a masterpiece. I'll be playing that.
Yeah,
I'll be playing it. Shit, day one, day zero.
Well, hold on, especially when the link got put in the description and you guys wet your pants and you don't come on. I mean, you know how crazy that is to put a link in the description and you still won't come on.
Yeah. Yo, Craig, I will say this. Like, I'm a PlayStation guy, right? But I want Xbox to do better. You know what I mean? Despite all the Phil Spencer, I mean, learn to all this generation. I don't trust Phil. I've been saying this for a while. I don't trust Phil. I wish Phil will go away. I mean, and not get fired, just go to a different position and bring somebody that knows what they're doing It wants to compete. Phil Spencer, in my opinion, is not the guy. Yeah, he brought studios. Of course you got to do it. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to give Microsoft credit for something they're supposed to do. And I'm serious. Like, people are, but Phil saved Xbox. No, he did not. No, he did not.
Let me get the super chat. Shout out to Game Over HD. He said Microsoft needs 10 bangers to ever get his money. He hasn't done anything for. Yeah, I agree. As far as the link, it's right here. I just clicked on it, and I will share the screen of what Phil Spencer said. So you all can, I don't know if you guys can read. I mean, I'm really.
But they should already know. Like, you shouldn't even have to do all that if they really care about gaming or the Xbox. Like, they should be excited to read that whole thing over and over again just to get every ounce of information. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? I read this. I read the whole article before I even thought about doing anything or even commenting on the shit because I don't like to talk about shit. I don't know.
Here's the article. This is from Xbox.com. So it says everything. What you can expect. Now here's the capper. Here's the thing that I recognize. This is the second time they've come out and announced things about their console, and they still won't tell the consumer it's the world's most powerful. So that to me, because this is your opportunity to just blow everybody away. Hey, Microsoft, we're still going to deliver the most powerful console coming to you next generation. They didn't do that. Why? So I'm really trying to get people to see that. And this is stuff that Phil Spencer is saying. So you all are going to have to miss me with my God, you guys just don't read.
No, they need to stop with the console war. Right now isn't the time. The new war hasn't started. The old war is over. The new war hasn't started. You don't talk shit while you're the only person on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even. There's no war yet. There's just two factions, and one of them has already said they don't want to compete anyway. But still, if you're going to want to compete, now isn't the time. Now is the time to look at what you have to compete with. 12 teraflops. The next generation console is more powerful than this generation. Well, duh. I mean, I think it has to be. So I don't know, man. This is console war shit got motherfuckers not really being gamers. They got people just ready to argue and shit, and that's it. And it's stupid.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yo, is that a ticket of Sonic the Hedgehog on this guy's?
Well, that movie it's doing good. Like, we're gonna.
Yeah, I heard so. Yeah.
Now, Birds of Prey is bombing. I'm talking about it is failing. It's going to be the discount theater like next week.
Was it a bad movie or people just didn't support it?
Birds of Prey, I thought it was trash. It was.
I liked it.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it.
I never seen it.
Yeah,
I like Birds of Prey more than Joker.
Craig Lewis, Sony already has an exclusive deal for the Avengers game. That's why you get the beta first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you pre-order, you get the beta. Let me put it like that.
Yeah, facts. And Craig, I don't know if that will make it over. I think anything Sony does is minute as long as Microsoft doesn't do anything. Like, it's over if Microsoft doesn't make anything. Sony has done what they're supposed to do, and they said they already did it. They will continue to do what they're supposed to do. If Microsoft doesn't do anything, then it's already over. It's up to Microsoft to build their own destiny here, not Sony. You know what I mean? Sony can come out with fucking regular ass, normal ass games that they have and be in good shape. They can fucking release The Last of Us 2 on the PS5 day and date, and it'll still be doing better than what they're doing with the Honey I Shrunk the Kids shit, or even Halo. Halo gonna be a Destiny game, and that's gonna rub a lot of Halo fans the wrong way.
I hope you're wrong.
And
I
know I'm right. I know I'm right on this one too, because I saw some more shit they said.
Yeah, like, I know, but I hope you're wrong. Okay, I'm not. You're probably right.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You got the whole Negro Damas thing going on.
Shit, I'm telling. I've been right. I was right about this shit too. I was right about. There's just so much shit I'm right about. I don't even like being wrong no more.
Yeah,
it's like people need to really listen.
I gotta hope against hope. You know that you're wrong.
Man, the way they talking about it's gonna be community based. They already said it's gonna be a spiritual successor. I be trying to tell this boss nigga. Do you know what spiritual successor means?
Yeah.
That means same world, different gameplay. It's like it's not a sequel. It is a spiritual successor based on community. My nigga, what else is it? I'm just when they first showed the trailer, they showed 4 dudes walking up. Like they showed 4 dudes walking up throwing help me grenades. You know what I'm saying? One guy carrying the other and shit. They show all these different towers shooting up in the air, and it's called Halo Infinite. Like, bruh.
It's going to be, I guess, supported infinitely. Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be like, I guess, the Division Part 2, where you can play it. You can play some missions by yourself, but then it's going to reach a point where you're going to have to squad up with people to advance it. So that's what I hope it's not. But if it turns out to be that, I will throw my hair that I do have, I will pull out of my head.
So, why would they show all these specs and announce this themselves? They didn't have Digital Foundry do it. They had it themselves do it, and then not talk about no games. Like they did it at the game show. They showed Hellblade and they said that game is like far out. This is an early addition to the shit. And all it was a trailer of CGI.
Yeah,
and then that's all they showed of Halo.
Trash.
It's like bruh, they got gameplay of Halo. Just like we saw Spider-Man, we saw God of War's gameplay in its announcement. And then it came out 2 years later.
Gameplay of Halo?
No, I mean the gameplay of Gears of War. God of War, sorry. We saw the gameplay of God of War the day it was announced. When we saw it, we saw Kratos step out of the shadows, and then they go and do the gameplay as its announcement. You know? And then 2 years later, this shit is coming out in 8 months? So like where's the gameplay for this shit? Like at least even Gears has some sort of gameplay shown. We have not seen a bullet shot in this game. Not one.
Well, we probably gonna see it at E3 probably.
I think we'll get it at E3.
Yeah,
I think Pablo's right. I think we will get gameplay at E3. Put it like this. I hope we get gameplay at E3 because I was so mad.
I know. No, we will. Well, no, guaranteed we will get gameplay at E3. But I'm saying there's a reason why they haven't showed it already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a fucking reason why they haven't shown it already. You know? So it's like, I mean, they're going to show gameplay 6 months before it come out. Halo 5, they didn't do that for Halo 5. They didn't do that for Gears 5. They didn't do that for none of their games. I'm telling you, they know that they're going to piss some people off because they're going for the money. I got money right now. We can bet right now. Pablo, how much money you got in your pocket?
I got 25 cents, bro.
We can bet.
I got more than Pablo.
I'm dead ass. I got like 25 cents.
No, but Trash, you're right. They need like a God of War moment. Like they need like everybody blown away. They need something like that, bro. Like they might do show some gameplay on E3, but you gotta show like mind drop moments, like something unexpected that people's going to go blown away and get out of the building and just like, I need to buy the Xbox. I mean, they need something like that. And I mean, I hope they do. I hope they can bring it on, you know what I mean? But like I said, these specs, that I don't care about it. I need to see bangers. I want them to also work hard with third-party developers to work to have some exclusive content because they had all that shit last generation. This generation, they tried to work some. Look what happened with Scalebound, and yeah, you know how that ended up. And the Crack S3 and all that. It's just no, man. No, you need. Are they
gonna bring? This guy's gonna write a check or what?
Look,
I think so.
Look, I'm gonna say this, man. We're gonna see if they really creating good games with these developers come June. This is the real shit. Like your console already got revealed. You got to show the games at E3 for your next gen. If you show some shit, if you reveal Sea of Thieves 2, my guy, you done. It's over. The generation is done. Because if you start off with that,
I
it's
thought
over.
What they said, Pop, not to interrupt you there, brother.
No,
I thought what they said in that article from Polygon was important, which is that they can't make third-party developers do the smart tech, which to me, they should. That's scary to me. But with that said, I'm not buying one. I mean, I'm just putting the news out there. I mean, I'm not going to buy one. I'm upgrading my PCs, and I'll be able to play, on my PC. People are like, well, you won't have ray tracing. Well, so what? I think ray tracing is not going to do what HDR did. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, my bad. Hey, who was that jumped in here? Who is this that jumped in here?
Uncompetitive here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, it's so competitive. Oh, where these Xbox dudes at? I mean, I would like to have a simple discussion, like what their thoughts are. I would like to pick their Xbox dudes' brains. I mean, I have an Xbox. I run my Xbox. I play my Xbox. I'm gonna play Ori when it come out.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not an Xbox guy. It's just that I don't believe in Xbox. You believe in Xbox, so tell me, what do you get from this? Like, what's the excitement? Are you excited just for power? Well, didn't you just go through this with the Xbox One X? Like, you were excited about the power and then got fucking super lucky still, bro. Like, what's pushing you forward as far as your excitement for this? I mean, every generation people get hype about the power. In the power, the thing with the power is you're supposed to be looking forward to the games, not just I have a powerful thing under my TV.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be.
Probably 187 is saying, would you guys care about specs if Sony was 12 T-flops and Microsoft was 9? No, because they're both going to do the same thing.
I mean, I don't care about specs anyway. Like, it's just about the games. It's just fun to talk about because the console's not out yet. You know what I mean? But
I mean, like when the PS1 came out, it was 32 bits or whatever, and the Nintendo 64 was 64 bits, and nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't get it. When Sony's already put out what their PS5 is going to do, and if somebody can tell me what the Xbox is going to do differently, then let me know. I've said this multiple times.
Well,
I know the PS5. He says, but would I care? No, because they're both doing the same thing. They're both going to do.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're both going to have 8K support. They're both going to have 240. Well, PlayStation's developers have said that they're working on 240 FPS game. Now we have to wait and see if they can do it. But
it's going to be the ugliest. It's going to be the ugliest, smallest game they ever put out in their goddamn life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
And then on top of that, the reason why it's so moot is because there's not too many TVs that got that high of a variable refresh rate. Like mine, I think it's only 120 hertz. A
Plus Productions on screen says, now it's not about power. PlayStation had the power crown. This conversation would be completely different. Okay, what are the confirmed specs GPU of the PS5, Avis? I want to know what the confirmed specs are, not the bullshit specs that you guys jerk yourselves off to. What are the confirmed specs of the PS5? And if you know what they are, leave a link in the description. We'll go there right now. But if you don't know what they are, you're going to have to take it somewhere else, brother, because with this Xbox podcast, we don't do speculation. There is a RDX podcast, and all they do is speculate. So
all day, every day. And boomstick shit, or whatever it's called. Yeah, they love to speculate, which is fun. Speculating is fun. But when you have the facts, what's the point of speculating? You know what I mean? And I don't. You see my show. My channel. I don't have anything about PS5 and Xbox Series X unless it was something that was already confirmed. Now I'm gonna have to make a video on this shit later, but because it's confirmed. I'm not talking about the PS5. I can get all kind of views and subscribers and talking and speculating about the beauty of whatever the fuck. I don't care about that because I'm a gamer. I care about the games that's coming to the system, and that's all. I don't care what nobody else says. So I don't know, man. It's just,
look what's on the screen now. Look how I did not realize, and this is on me. This is my fault. I did not realize how butthurt they were over the 1080p made you a better game. They really took that to heart. That was like friggin' Superman getting the kryptonite spear. I mean, this is the same company that told us to go. The PS3 was so great, we would go out and get second jobs. They told us that. This is the same company when PS3 came out. USA Today had on the front page $5.99 or whatever it was, $6.99. So I mean, I don't, good grief. I mean, you guys are just stupid at this point. So.
I mean, listening. I think didn't Shuhei say that? Shuhei said it'll make gamers better and all this shit. It's on PR. Like these guys are salesmen, bro. Like dudes need to realize that they're not your friends. They only want your money. and they're gonna say whatever it is they have to say to get it. And everybody does the same type of bullshit. The difference between Microsoft and Sony is that Sony low-key follows through what the fuck they say. Microsoft has always been about hyping something that they don't have no intention of doing. They promised you that all their first-party games would be native 4K, then Crackdown comes out at dynamic 4K, and nobody says shit. But you brag about it when they say it, but you say nothing when it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the same thing about Sony. When we badmouth Sony, I got so many motherfucking videos of me talking shit about Sony. I get like super low views, and then when I say something about the Xbox, I get high views, and they be like, and then people hop in and be like, "Why the fuck are you? You don't ever say nothing about PlayStation?" I'm like, "Nigga, you don't watch my videos."
Yeah.
Like I mean, people just follow. They just follow. Everybody wants to damage control Microsoft for some odd reason, bro.
Well, I know people joke around and say like you a pony and stuff, but you keep it a buck with everybody, man.
Yeah,
like if somebody.
Yeah,
the PS5 is confirmed to be 9.2 T-flops per white zaddy. Well, I mean, when did Sony come out in a presser and say, "Here is what our console is going to be"? They haven't told you anything about the speed of the SSD.
Yeah.
They haven't told you the RAM. They haven't told you the bandwidth. They haven't told us anything. So you guys were just 24 hours ago saying Sony's not even doing conferences to let us know, bitching about that. Now it's confirmed 9.2. You guys are contradicting yourselves. Seriously, you guys, this is why you don't need to speculate. Sony will come out and let us know. I mean, that's just reality. So I don't get, he's like, well, I just say at the beginning of the podcast that here's the system spec and here's what it's going to do. If it's 12 T-flops, which has been confirmed, AMD, it is close to what a Vega 64, give or take, is because a Vega 64 is at 13 something. So it's right where people thought it was going to be, which is good.
Yeah.
But
it is.
They don't care about the console. Everybody's like, yeah, this is great, but where are the games?
Well, yo, Chipmunk, what bullshit is it that we're doing?
Yeah. I don't get it.
We're not downplaying the console, bro. We're just saying we want to see the games. Like I know, obviously we're gonna see it in June. To see whether or not they're gonna be working on like cool games and shit. What's wrong with questioning that? Like they've done trash the whole gen.
It's like look. If you follow the Kentucky Wildcats men's basketball team, Calipari gets the #1 recruiting class all the time. And how many championships has he won since he's been at Kentucky? One. He's won one championship so it doesn't matter that he's bringing in these top classes if they don't produce chips. Now he's saying this is the Xbox X, not PS5. Why would Spencer say we are less powerful? So let's reveal the specs. My point is that Spencer did not say we're going to continue the tradition of being the most powerful. He didn't say that. He said we're the most powerful Xbox. And it still might be more powerful.
When they announced the Scorpio, that's all they talked about. Was being the most powerful console.
Yeah. And if you don't
for years before it came out.
And I'm telling people right now, I do believe Microsoft knows what Sony has under the hood. Okay. They just because they're too close together. The developers talk to each other. So the fact that he hasn't, it just made me go, but it's not damage control. It's just
Hey, Greg, you know why? Hey, you want to know why I know that Microsoft knows how much shit Sony has? It's because they make games for Sony. You know what I'm saying? Like they got access to this type of shit because they make games. They're a third-party developer. So they got a Minecraft coming out on PS5. Guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they know what the specs are. Yeah. They know what they got coming. So it's like it's real simple if you think about it. You know what I mean? That's how business. Sony knows what Microsoft has coming too. I mean, they might not be making games for them. They might be. We don't know. But I know that the taboo of that is only for the customer. Like, of course, they're going to compete and they're going to do all that good stuff. They are. But Microsoft is now a third-party company. You know, so it's like people need to realize and understand, like, it's okay. It's okay. You don't got to have the most power. Look at the Switch. Look at PlayStation 4 Pro. Look at PlayStation 4. You know, like you got to have the talent. And if you don't have that talent, then you're going to be in the same place you were every gen. You're not going to move nowhere for it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm with Pablo when he says he will probably get one. He's just gonna wait to see what they're gonna put out.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's being consumer conscious. Now I get it. I don't know what you guys are going to be playing besides Halo on the Series X, unless the third-party developers give you all use the smart tech, which Phil Spencer just said in Polygon he can't make them do it. So again, there's nothing to damage control. We have D Batch on tape saying that the third-party developers are going to definitely do it. Well, then why does Resident Evil 2 and Ace Combat 7 and the new Modern Warfare game look and run better on the PlayStation Pro? If the third-party developers are taking advantage of it. The only ones that have taken advantage of it was Red Dead Redemption 2. They took advantage of it, but they had to reduce the graphics to lower than low, which I don't know how that's humanly possible because there's no setting on my PC for lower than low. I've got low, I've got ultra. I don't have something.
Well, if you play Star Wars, you could go lower than low if you go into the files.
Oh well, yeah, all right, fine. But I had to go into the files. It's not a default. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to get at is that, but they run to Red Dead 2, which took advantage of the X, but still lost Game of the Year. White Zaddy gave that to God of War, which is a PlayStation game. So it's a bad example, guys. I mean, I don't get what you guys are doing. I mean, you can't be happy with your specs. My observation is simple. Why not say it's going to be the most powerful console? Maybe it's not. That doesn't mean it won't be a good console because the PlayStation is not the most powerful, and it's a pretty good console. So is the Switch.
But like what Pablo said,
know how powerful the PS5 really is. So they can't claim it's the most powerful when they don't know what the competition is doing. And we also know that Mark Cerny said that there was going to be 2 chips inside the PS5 because he's putting all the ray tracing stuff on a separate chip to the main chip. So any specs that they might have through developers for the main SoC won't give them a clue as to what they're competing with.
Yeah. And I'm with Pablo that that people not downplaying the console. It's about like what kind of content Sony. Like I know that the Playground's working on I think Fable, Halo, and Hellblade.
I'm order an Xbox Series X as soon as it's available, and I'm doing it on the same basis that I've got all of my consoles. I get them because I want to play a game that's going to be good on that system. So like when I bought my Nintendo 64, I got it for Mario and Pilot Wings and Beetle Adventure Racing and GoldenEye and all of those games. And I saw the games and I thought, oh, I'd like to play those games. What console do I need? And I got the N64. And then, same with everything else I've ever bought. And when I got to the Project Scorpio, I was like looking at it and thinking, well, I'd like to play Forza 7. And it's worth it to me to get Forza 7. I'll need to have the best console to make the most of it.
Yo, Mr. Orange, bro, we can give Xbox credit. Like I've been on record on some of these podcasts giving them credit, like with the fact that they build in like studios and everything. I just want them to show the games. What's wrong with like wanting that? Like
no problem.
This is what's wrong with people, bro. They accept mediocrity and don't speak up when it's bullshit right there, bro. Like, yo, I'm giving them credit. What more? You want me to suck their dick, get on my knees, suck their dick, and tell them, yo, everything's okay? No. You got to question things, bro.
What is giving them credit? What is giving them credit? What does giving them credit look like? I mean, because I literally came out at the beginning of the podcast and said, these are confirmed specs. Let's give credit where credit is due. They do have RDNA 2. They have 12 T-flops of RDNA technology under the hood. What else is there to say? Now, but you need to explain, what does giving them credit look like?
No, okay? Craig. Yeah. No, Pablo. The thing is, these guys, they have learned this generation to take pretty much anything that Microsoft gives them.
So I'm getting mine for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and Forza 8, and Halo Infinite, and I'll give Ori and the Blind Forest a try. And there's all sorts of things that are coming to it.
Well, yeah, and now he says that third-party games play better. Avis, here's where you guys, let me help you guys. Nobody gives two shits about third-party games, okay? What Nintendo Switch proved is that if you have really good first-party games, your console or your device will be successful. So, again, it's you guys. Again, I get it. You guys think – I don't know why you think third-party games are more important than your first party. If that were true, why are you bragging about the new studios that Microsoft has that are first party if they're not important? See, you guys contradict yourselves. It's not our fault that you guys are doing. We see what you're typing. Okay.
But see, this is what I'm talking about, Craig. Look what this guy's saying. All third party. You see what I'm saying? And he didn't even talking about first party. Once again, this is what I'm saying. They don't go out there. They take any shit Microsoft give them, and they're okay. They say, "Oh, thank you, Phil. Thank you for like." They're not demanding. Yeah, there's some people that do go and demand, but this is just to see. Look, we play the best third-party games. What about the first party? Like this is crazy, man. This is what I'm talking about. That these guys, and that's what people saying. Oh, Xbox went down the drain. You know what? You are part of the issue. It's your fault. Your fault because you didn't went out there and call this shit out when you need to call them out.
Well, it's not even about calling them out. Let me get the super chat from Viger. The 119 set holla says T-flops don't tell which console is more powerful. It starts from firmware optimization to how it works with the software, which will automatically raise the hardware performance. PS4 is already proved. Yeah, you're right. But again, I'm just trying to get them to understand that, I mean, for Mr. Orange, what does giving Microsoft credit look like? I mean, that's what I'm trying to understand. We don't, they're not going to have any games for 2 years per their own announcement. So I can give them credit in 2 years. I'm like, oh, man, this looks really good on Series.
Like for me, Craig, Halo is not enough for me to go buy Xbox. I'm sorry. It's going to look good. It's gonna look good, but it's not enough. Like I'm not into Halo like that. I mean, maybe I like Halo Reach. I did like that story, but it's just it's not enough, bro. You gotta give me more bangers. And like I said, you need to work with third party. Craig, last generation they worked with Ubisoft. They had a Splinter Convention, right? And I also came to the PC, but it never came to the PS3. You know what I mean? They gotta have that type of relationship they had last generation, where when Team Ninja, when Ninja Gaiden 2, I know a PS3 version came on it, but they gotta have that strong relationship with third-party devs to make exclusive deals. They have to do that, yo.
But they're not doing that anymore. Let me get this one. I like this by Joe Nee. It says he plays on PC, but to be fair, everyone called out Sea of Thieves for lack of content, and they fixed it. Okay, I mean, Sea of Thieves was trash. I mean, it looked like it had a 4K chicken, for Christ's sake. It says same for State of K2. Now I thought State of the K2 was okay. And then it says you played the Flight Sim Alpha 2020. That game is pushing boundaries. Yeah, I agree with you on the Flight Sim. I think, but again, the Flight Sim game is not made for console. That's why I've been pushing people to go get a HOTAS stick, for the Flight Sim game. They're going to use their gamepad. But I don't disagree that they fixed Sea of Thieves. I mean, I wouldn't know. I played it for 2 hours and I was like, this is terrible. I'm fighting skeletons and getting shot off in a friggin' cannon. So, but if you enjoy it, I love it for you. You know what I'm saying?
No, but Craig, one other thing, like, look, you will see when The Last of Us drops, when Ghost of Tsushima drops, and those games look like people, those guys are going to lose their mind. They're going to lose their mind, just like God of War drop, trying to get all these scores and the resolution, like the way it looks, like they're gonna go like nuts. And that's what I'm saying. that Microsoft haven't had something like that. Yeah, Gears 5, it looked good, but besides that, they haven't had something like that. You know what I mean? And I understand you guys are hurt. That your Xbox X is supposed to be the most powerful, but you see a 4.2 T-flops bringing games that you'll be like almost running on a PC or some shit. You know what I mean? And I understand, man. I understand. This is what I'm saying. You can stop the men better. Call them out and say, look, I'm going to spend $500 to play this Nickelodeon games. You know what I mean? I need more. I need more.
I was that Nickelodeon game.
Yeah, I was being because somebody said it's been a horrible 2020. I'm like, yeah, Dreams is horrible, and MLB The Show is coming out, and DO2 is right around.
2020 just started, my guy.
Yeah, it's 2020.
Yeah, man.
We need February.
We only have 3 exclusives on March: Neo, Persona 5, and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. 3 exclusives on March alone.
Yeah, but it's terrible. Yeah, but it's terrible. So I mean,
get out of here, man.
I'm here celebrating the Xbox confirmation, and you guys come over here and you wet your pants like in front of everybody. Instead of just saying, yeah, they confirmed a lot of the speculation. I'm like, yeah, this is confirmed. RDNA 2 is confirmed. It was speculation. 12 T-flops is Navi power, which based on that, wouldn't that be their most powerful card or APU ever based on Navi architecture? So, it's just, it's hilarious. So, yeah, with Metal Face of Doom, we're not angry. I mean, nobody over here is mad.
Yeah, nobody's mad. Bro, this is like fucking plastic consoles we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, it's the way we talk all the time.
Yeah, it's just, we're just trying to convey our point across. That's
Yeah, Impatient Fire is right. Here, your Series X has confirmed specs out here, and you all are still moist. I don't understand it. I mean, do you all work for Duncan Hines or? Seriously. Why are you guys not excited about the news? I'm just like, yeah, this is confirmed now. But I agree with Slow Mo Backslap. Shout out to Slow Mo. He's like, yeah, it's going to be a lot of people saying I told you so. I'm like, well, okay.
Man. It's just like we just saying that, yeah, great console, great specs, but we want to see bangers. Like we want to see bangers that utilize all that power. Like you don't want to be like this Xbox One X came out and just it's just like freaking what was the game they put on launch with it? That Sue game. What's the name? Su Taifu. Yeah, I go Su Taifu. Like on launch. Well, it's Xbox One X. So I'm like,
I remember that.
What are we doing here?
Trash. Yeah. Now let me get this super chat. Bigger with the $25 set. Appreciate you, brother. Says, do you guys believe on a future The Last of Us #Puddlegate? No, I do believe they will say it's been downgraded. I mean, we're like everybody's expecting that, but yeah, again, we're over here tripping off of. Metal Face Doom. We're over here kind of we're blocking you guys because we're all excited. We're happy that we have some confirmed news to talk about. And you guys are over here wetting your pants. I don't understand what is it going to take to make you guys happy? Because like Pablo said, he's going to buy a Series X, but he's going to wait. I'm not buying one. I'm upgrading my PC. There's no reason for me to buy one, and I can't speak for Uncompetitive or E1 Matter.
I said pre-ordering it.
Okay, are you going to buy one?
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay, well, see, he will take it if you buy it for him. I don't know what else to say.
Are you getting a PS5 at launch as well?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
There you go. No bias.
Yo, shout out to Matt Pizzakela.
Nah, go ahead. I'm already making him a mod.
Yo, shout out to Matt Pizzakela.
I'm pleased at how close the specs are to what I said they would be.
What was your prediction?
I said they'd be. Well, they said they always we knew months ago was that they said it would be 4 times more powerful than the X, and I thought there's no way it's going to be 24 teraflops. That can't be what they.
Hell no.
Totally unrealistic. So what they must mean is it's double the CPU and double the GPU, which is what we've got.
Yeah.
So now I could work out what the speed of the CPU was and say that it'd be 3.6 gigahertz with 8 cores and 16 threads. That's fairly easy to work out. And then the next thing is you work out, well, it's going to be a 12 teraflop system.
16 threads is really good. Yeah, because that means that they'll be able to do multiple things at once and shit.
I think Craig was a bit confused about RDNA. And I think he thought, oh, well, it means it does more. And it doesn't do any more. If you've got 12 teraflops, it just does 12 teraflops. It doesn't somehow, the teraflops don't do more. What it is you are getting more efficiency out of the system. So it uses less power, less electrical power to get you those 12 teraflops. And the thing stays cooler because it hasn't got all that electricity running through it. Now, in the past, to get to 12 teraflops under GCN, you would have needed a lot more electricity. And it would have meant that it probably wouldn't have fit the thermal envelope of the console format. But with RDNA, it's possible. So I would say that what we've got with PS5 and Xbox Series X is the last generation of consoles as we are familiar with them. We're not going to see anything that is more powerful. And that's why they're already talking about cloud. Because the only way to get more power is to offload the game engine to the cloud and then have all the rendering, in the console, or to have all the rendering on the cloud and then have the whole thing stream. But I mean, we can't keep expecting a box that'll fit under a television to keep jumping in performance and doubling in performance every generation. It's just unrealistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if we've got a PC and it's a size PC, you can water cool it, you can do all sorts of fancy stuff with it, you can do whatever you like. You can have 2 Titans in there and make sure the whole thing works. And you're looking at spending about £15,000 to get that, $15,000 to get that kind of solution. And it will beat everything else on the planet. But the point is that the console, to be the format that will fit underneath the television, has a limit. And I think we're looking at that limit with this coming generation. And it's a very good limit. That's why they're talking about 8K, because they're future-proofing it. They say we might as well design it in to do 8K because there'll be 8K televisions at some point in the future. Just as with Xbox One, it did 4K. It didn't really make use of 4K, but it was part of the standard of the broadcast that it would be able to broadcast in 4K.
Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see what Sony does. But I mean, they're going to have pretty much the same stuff. I don't even look at it.
My prediction for the Sony was based off the Mac Pro, the iMac Pro, which came out a few years ago. And I thought, if that is what they are possibly using as their dev kits until they get the real dev kits they've made, it would make sense for Sony to say to developers, buy yourself a whole bunch of iMac Pros, and that's going to be close to what we're targeting. And then, given that it's like 3 years between then and when it's due to release, that gives them, with Moore's Law, 2 iterations of Moore's Law to half the price of those components twice. So it's like half it and half it again. So it would be a quarter of what the price of the Mac Pro was, which would mean it was with the bulk purchase of components that you get with consoles and the way you're able to bring the price down to what is the overly marked up Apple, it becomes something where you can say, okay, well, you don't need the screen for one thing. That's like a big expense within the Mac Pro. And the other components, we can kind of cut corners there, and you end up with something which you might say, what would be the spec? And the spec would be 11.6 teraflops, because that's what that was. Now, there might be some, ways of getting that even lower because they've got the RDNA technology now, and they might have a way of making it cheaper still. But I think that that's a reasonable target. And even though it's lower than 12, I don't think anyone's going to notice the difference. And the most important thing about the specs is the NVMe SSD in the PS5 is apparently a lot quicker than the Xbox Series X equivalent. And that's where you're going to notice the difference, is that the games are going to load faster. And, you know, when you're playing something like Spider-Man 2, you know, it's going to be an open world city where you can go everywhere without loading screens or checkpoints. It's all going to be marvelously fluid, transformative gaming experience. And it could be that the Xbox Series X does a bit of that, but it won't be as good. So I think that the discussion, which was all about resolution this generation, will shift over to access. How quickly can I access the game? And that's going to be the thing that people are going to be eventually realizing matters, because people have got less time to play games. And so, you know, I mean, like with Stadia, I can go off and I can buy a game and then play it within 5 seconds. And there's no loading. It's just like, you know, the thing that takes the most time is say, yes, I want it, and here's my credit card details. You know, here's my security code for my debit card. And then having done that, having gone through that form, the game's there ready within a second. And it
Now let me break this. Something called Cyberpunk 2077 was they've already said that they will give the Series X its update. So they're the first AAA third-party studio game that's saying that they're going to do it. So, but man, we've been here for almost 2 hours. So
they did advertise that with the console launch, with the last conference that Xbox did, didn't they? I mean, they kind of almost were making up that it was just an exclusive, but when it came down to it, it wasn't. So yeah, I mean, it might be the better performing version of the game on the Xbox Series X. And it'd be nice for it to have one game that did better on the Xbox Series X.
Yeah. Well, like I said, yeah, shout out to well, man, everybody's podcast.
I mean, it's just like you know, I don't want to miss out on any games, so I get all the consoles. And I think, you know, this time around, at this launch that's coming with the Xbox Series X, they've actually got a decent lineup. We know that Halo Infinite's going to be a launch title. They've admitted that. And I'm thinking, that's a relief. They've had long enough to work on it. It ought to be ready.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, I saw something about on someone else's channel, and then someone had gone to a toy fair, and they were seeing all the new toys for Halo that they'd already made. And it was like Halo Infinite toys, and all the designs of all the Spartans were similar to Halo and Halo 3. Now, in all the other Halos, they made a different design of Master Chief, and he looked weird. He doesn't look like Master Chief. They kind of like took liberties with the way the character looked. So it's better that they've returned to what's called the classic style. Everything about the game looks classic. And I think, you know, maybe it's going to play classic, because I've heard when I was part of the Halo Master Chief collection, there were rumors there that they were giving up on Spartan abilities, which means that all the things that people disliked about Halo 5 in terms of thrust and ground pound and stuff like that, Spartan charge, they're taking out. It's not going to be in Halo Infinite. They realised that was a mistake. So we might still have Sprint, which I don't feel very happy about, but we're probably going to get rid of everything else that was really egregious about Halo 5, and we're just going to have it be more like Halo 3, which sold 14.5 million copies. So why not go with the one that was the most successful recipe, if you like? So, but I'm not just getting it for one game. You know, I like the look of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I know that from the advert that they did with the, you know, transparent box over the water, they had a car driving, didn't they? So that indicates that they're going to keep doing Forza. So I think that there's going to be another Forza game, and then I heard that there was going to be an open world Forza game. So there might be that they're going to blend Forza Horizon together with Forza 8, And what they're going to end up with is you're going to be able to drive cross country from one racetrack to another. So you're going to have a blend of the two kind of activities in one huge game, which might be even cloud enabled. Because if you think about the way that Microsoft Flight Simulator works, you can go all around the Earth in a plane. It's got the whole world mapped. So why not have a game where you can drive everywhere in Europe, and they've done they've done a map where they can go down every road, and you can go cross country to every you can go to Spa in Belgium and race around Spa, and I don't know if they could do it. I mean, technically they could do it, but whether they have the corporate will to do it, I just don't know. But it seems as if they've exhausted the franchise in the current direction that Forza's been going, and unless they do the game that they talked about doing and was rumored at one point and then got debunked, which was a kind of Tokyo Drift game set in Japan. I think that the open world, revisiting Forza Horizon 2, if you like, would be the way to go. So really, whatever they do with the Forza franchise is interesting, and I like my racing games. But there's like indie titles like Token Teller that I think looks very interesting, and Tunic, and that new Everwild game from Rare. I mean, they've not been producing much out of that studio because they got told to make Kinect games for such a long time. But when they're allowed to go back to making, games that were of interest, you kind of see a trailer for Everwild and you're thinking, oh, that looks interesting. But what you're going to get out of Microsoft Studios in the main is games that could run on all of their consoles and not look terrible. So they're not going to push for something that is going to have to run on an Xbox Series X, otherwise it'll look shit. They're going to come up with something like Sea of Thieves or Everwild, and then they're going to have it so that it runs on Xbox One, and it would still look okay. It will just be like 900p 30 or something, and it will be like when you have a Nintendo Switch game, you have the style of game that will fit the constraints of the system. You have your Super Mario world, and that will the style of the graphics will fit the limitations of the hardware, because that Nintendo Switch is actually exactly 1 teraflop. Not a lot of people realize that. And you think, well, if it's only 1 teraflop, how good can it be? Well, you just see what the quality of the games are, and you realize that it's down to the talent of the studios behind it to make compelling games, and they do all the time. So when you say, well, why would you even get an Xbox Series X? There's two kind of counter examples that come up, which is people say, well, you might as well get a PC, and then the other one is, your exclusives don't seem to be there, and you say, well, I like having third-party games look better than what my current hardware is. I want to upgrade beyond my Project Scorpio, and I have something that runs at a higher frame rate.
Well, I just, it's amazing that both the consoles are going to do the exact same things. Now they'll do them differently, but they will do the exact same thing.
I think that in terms of third parties, they're going to be pretty similar, but I think that the PS5 is going to be way ahead of the Xbox Series X in terms of exclusives. Way ahead.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been. I mean, I've been told that their console is going to be more balanced than the Xbox, but we'll have to wait and see.
I made a tweet just the other day that Snow Bunny liked, and I said that I thought that even if Sony delayed the production of the PS5 a year because of unavailability of components due to the coronavirus, there will be, even if Microsoft still went ahead with making their Xbox Series X and released it at the end of this year, and had a year lead, what we'd find in November will be that the PS4 Pro would outsell the Xbox Series X, because there's still compelling reasons to buy a PS4 Pro, because you've got Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us, and you've got, all of these games that are coming up that people are longing for, and they're going to be getting them. It's got loads of reasons to get it. Whereas, the things that are on the Scorpio, there's nothing on there that is particularly compelling. I mean, they'll have they probably delay Halo Infinite another year to coincide with the release of the Xbox Series X, so it won't even get that in November. If they have the Xbox Series X release in November with Halo Infinite, there aren't that many people who are into shooters compared to these action adventure games that Sony specialize in. That's what I meant to say. So, I mean, I personally am not interested in The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War 2, any Spider-Man 2. You could throw any number of hot PlayStation 5 games at me, and I'd be like, no, not interested. I won't be getting them because I'm not interested in the genre.
Yeah, Umberto, guys, you please remember that Sony actually has major intellectual property coming out in like 4 to 7 weeks, from MLB The Show to Neo 2 to Final Fantasy 7. Yeah. So, guys, I mean, it's
Yeah, I'm not interested in Final Fantasy 7 or Neo 2. I mean, it's just terrible. It's kind of like,
it's just
I feel like a bad gamer for not having the right taste. But I mean, I'm into.
You got one group talking specs and another group talking games. I don't know what else to say.
Getting Doom Eternal, I'll give that a go. Maybe it looks a bit violent, but I'm quite interested in getting that. I mean, I like racing games. I like flight simulators. I like shooters. There isn't that much of that going on the Sony system. And when I compare, all the driving games, and you say, well, surely you must like Gran Turismo. I don't like it as much as I like Forza, and I like Drive Club best of all. I think that's a fantastic game, and I'm really disappointed that they're not supporting it and not coming out with a sequel.
Yeah, well, I have to wait to see. But I am going to get off here. I've been here for 2 hours.
Okay.
I'm going to run to get something to eat, actually. But bro, thanks for hopping on, and guys, thanks for everybody who came by, and thanks for being here. And I had over 100 people watching. And again, these are the specs. These are the official specs that have been, that have been dropped. And that is about it. I do appreciate everybody that came by. Everybody that shout out to Pablo and King Thrash and Uncompetitive that came by. Thanks a lot for the super chat, guys. Great questions. And man, King Thrash came through first time in a while. But shout out to everybody that was here. And guys, keep it gaming. Like I said, I'll be game streaming a little bit later on, probably about 3 or 4 hours. I'll probably be doing XCOM 2. I got some DLC. But I will talk to you guys later. You all stay blessed. Take it easy. Peace.